Good morning, guys. Welcome to Butte Mountain Homestead. Just doing a little bit of garden cleanup today. We've got gorgeous weather this morning, so I'm just taking advantage of it. This is the bed that had the beefsteak tomatoes in there. What I'm doing is I'm pulling off all the sun scald. I did a big harvest last night, but today I'll later on, because it got watered this morning, so I want the sugars to be a little bit higher. But I'm going to take off all those tomatoes that have sun scald because they're not going to recover. And I'll use the good parts for, I'm going to start a big batch of sauce tomorrow. But I pulled 3 that didn't have much left going on and they were spider mite damage. I plucked off all the leaves that were spider mite damaged on the zucchini. And Saturday everything gets another good spray. So hopefully it doesn't get much more damage since then, or until then. But today I'm sowing beets. I have a garden blend or gourmet blend, and these are from Botanical Interest. Not sponsored, bought them with my own money. I'm gonna do 2 rows here, and then this half of the bed I'm gonna do 2 rows of golden beets. I might do 3 rows because those emitters, they do spray pretty far if I turn them up. And then I'm going to do Danvers carrots over there. The regular, I think they're Danvers 126 and Danvers half long. And then I've turned these emitters up because it's okay if they spray over there. I might end up pulling that tomato too. I probably will because it has more spider mite damage than not. And I don't see any new tomatoes. Well, never mind. There's all those tomatoes, but I do see spider mite damage, so I may end up spraying these tonight too. But I'll get carrots sown over there. Yeah, so what I'm doing is, let's see, these have a 65 day to maturity and 5 to 21 days till emerge, 1/2 inch depth and every 4 inches. So, and those are 12 inches apart. So yep, I'm just going to go through and sprinkle them in. See if I can do this one-handed. Hold on. Wrong hand. So yeah, I'm just going to start here and just, I guess. And I did amend this bed with neem pellets. I'm hoping that will help with any critters that are lurking in the soil. Oh, where we go? Here we go. Yeah. Oops. I don't want to have to thin them, so kind of trying to do it right to begin with. So let's see, I stepped right there. So I'll go ahead and get this finished up, but I just wanted to show you some of the fall garden that's going in. And then on this end, I'm doing the Touchtone Gold, also Botanical Interest. And these are 85 to 90 days to maturity. So we'll see how they do. I usually don't have very good luck with beets, but I keep trying. And I like the gold ones. Jean doesn't care what color they are. So, and I'm hoping to do a second succession when these tomatoes are out, because he does like pickled beets. Actually, the ones I canned, I like pickled beets too now. So I'd like to get some pickled beets on the shelf. So yeah, I just need to prune all these. And actually I might yank that one right there. Might do that right now. Hold on. Okay, I went ahead and pulled that tomato and then moved the drip line over and turned up all the emitters. So I have, let's see, 1.5 row of the golden beets. There wasn't as many seeds in there, so I just finished it off with that blend. So I have beets. Let's see, be easier. I have beets from here all the way down on this side. So that should be enough to put up a few jars and some fresh eating. So I hope. So now I'm going to do carrots on that side. And like I said, I'll just have to hand water those in if these emitters don't get over to there. And at this point, I'm not worried about that plant getting water on it, just because the spider mites have already taken over. So I don't want to. I've been trimming off some of the foliage, and I'll still do some more trimming, and then get those other tomatoes off of there. And yeah, get sauce going later tonight so I can can that up tomorrow. Okay, just like that, plans change. I decided just to yank them all. I have plenty of tomato plants, and we're eating them as fast as we can. And I wonder what's going on over here. Oh, I pulled a plant this morning. Okay. Thought there's no way there's gophers in there because there's chicken wire underneath this bed. So, but yeah, I'm going to, when I come through and fertilize these, I'm going to trim them up or decide to yank these too. I think that one's getting yanked. I don't see any new growth on there. And I think that was a determinate one anyways. So yeah, there's no more new growth on there. So I'm going to yank that one and just prune up the rest of these that have any spider mite damage and get them fertilized and get some of those, more of those tomatoes off. But yep, this one's got some on there, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and scooch that dripper all the way over now and get this whole side sowed in carrots and then get it watered in. I'll put that drip emitter line back in there. What I can do is actually make it take it off and then cap that end. I might do that so that I'm not wasting water, because that should do plenty. Anyways, but yeah, there's some green tomatoes in there, but I can do some fried green tomatoes. Haven't had those in a long time. But I'll add those to the ones that are ripe, add those to the pot that's for sauce. So yeah, actually feels kind of good. I've been so troubled with the spider mites that it's just been really discouraging this year. So yep, I'm going to scooch this over and get some more neem pellets down and get it fertilized, or get it planted. Okay, so in this half of the bed, I did the Danvers half long, and then this half of the bed, well, this is half the bed, I did the Danvers 126. This technically isn't half because of the zucchini, but I did kind of sow them a little thick, which I will thin out, but yep. So the carrots and beets are sown. I'm going to go ahead and cap that drip line off, and then I'm going to test these spray emitters to make sure that I have enough water coverage. And then I'll give them about a 5-minute water twice a day. I'll have to manually do it, so I'll make sure that this bed's turned off. But yeah, I'll give it 2 5-minute twice a day. Or that is 2 5-minute waterings, just to keep the seeds damp and, you know, so that they'll germinate. Then once they germinate, I'll put them on a 1 time a day like they were, and then I'll hand water the zucchini extra if it needs it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that water line capped off and on to the next project. Okay. Let's see which ones are working and which ones aren't. Or if they need to be turned down. Like that bad boy, holy smokes. Okay, so this one needs to be turned down. Hold on, I'm going to adjust these real quick. Okay, yeah, I think that'll give really good coverage. Not sure what's going on with this one, but I'm going to mess around with that. But I think between the two of them, yeah, I think this bed will get really good coverage. So I'll do that 5 minutes twice a day. That'll keep everything happy. Just have to remember to do it. Oop, fingers over the lens. Sorry, guys. Oh, goodness. Anywho, I've just made me some breakfast smoothie real quick. So I'm going to get the tomatoes fertilized. Oh, and I'll show you some think I'm going to trim back the asparagus too. I think we're okay. But yeah, look at the honey nut squash are coming on. Let's see, I think you can see them better over on the other side. Oh yes, chickens. That's a spaghetti squash. See, there's the basil plant that I have that's good to go. But yep, I have honey nut squash right there. Have another one down there forming. Have one right there. So I think we're gonna do good in honey nut squash. Is that another flower down there? No. But yeah, these are gonna get sprayed again on Saturday. And the green beans, I think, are liking the lack of spider mite damage or activity. So yeah, they're gonna get sprayed on Saturday. Same with the peppers. And yeah, I think we're gonna be good. So, hold on just a second. So, oh, and the redbud and the hydrangea also had spider mite damage. So I got those the other day. I think that was in the last video, but I think they're already starting to perk up from the lack of activity and the little bit cooler temperatures. But I'm going to get another bag of concrete added to that hole. And then I'm going to get, because I started here with, because that's the highest spot, is I did level to there from ground level here. And that's how far we're off. So that's how far I need to bring everything up to get soil level up that high. And I'm going to leave it about, Jean's going to bring up a bunch of ground dirt we have, but and then we're going to, that's a baby goats. They don't like being ignored. No, you don't, huh? Boy, you ate all those weeds down. Holy smokes. I put in 3 huge piles of weeds this morning, and there's one they don't like, one weed they don't like, but they've cleaned up the rest. Wow, okay. Anyways, I'm going to leave about, probably 2 to 3 inches from the top, because that's where I'm going to put gravel in. That's what the floor is going to be. And I'm not sure we're going to even go that high, because, I mean, that's not even 6 feet from there to there. It might be pushing 5.5 feet, but I might end up just bringing it level below the board. So that'll be less everything that we have to use. So anyways, today I'm going to come in and I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to do level all the way across and then all the way that way. Actually, I'm going to come off of that board and I'm going to come this way and then go that way. So, because that's where that's the lowest spot over there. So I want to make sure, I don't want to do level all the way over here and then go that way and realize it's off. So I'm just going to continue that way and come this way. So I think we'll be pretty close. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a one that goes down at an angle on the inside, and then one that matches the level that's on the outside. I'm going to match it on the inside. That way I have something to adhere a board or something to in the middle, so it'll block the dirt on the inside. Then once that is done, that's going to take me probably most of today. I'm not going to paint the boards because it's going to be underground. So then once that's done and I have all the bottom boards in place, then I'm going to spray some pre-emergent barricade down with some Roundup or like a weed killer. Then I'm going to put some hardware cloth down to keep the critters from coming through. Landscape fabric. Actually, I'm going to do landscape fabric, then hardware cloth. I'm still in debate on that because I really don't want the critters to come through the landscape fabric, and so I'll do the hardware cloth first, then the landscape fabric. And then, well, I'm going to do dirt, hardware cloth, landscape fabric, and then stone. We had the stone delivered last week. So anyways, then once that's done, I can get building on the potting bench for the potting bench sink, because that's going to go right there. Anyways, that's where we're at on that. Weeds, weeds, weed, but there's no reason to water something that I'm not planting right now. So when I get ready to use the sprinkler, the step after that will be to put a 2x4, or excuse me, a 4x4 bottom piece in there, 2 4x4s up top, and that'll create our door and a spot for the strapping on top to adhere to. So one will be for the door, one will be for the top strapping. I think we're going to do 8 feet because that's what panels we have. So we'll go up 8 feet. And then I need to get at least the outer part of the brick up to the doorway. I can fill in the middle later, and then I'll worry about that come fall. So we have this to get going, and then we have to build a goat shelter. Oh, and they're eating the star thistle. That'd be awesome if they ate the star thistle. We need to get the goat shelter, permanent one, built in case we get a bummer calf, because that's the bummer calf hut. So anyways, lots of stuff going on, and projects, and anywho, so I'm going to get after it.